What is up? Good morning. Here we go. Let's rock and roll, guys. Here we go. Friday. Let's crank it out. Another episode of Coffee Talk. I'm gonna wait here a minute. They call me Lisa G. I'm your trainer. I'm your coach. I'm your motivation. Let's get things going. Got my hair kind of pulled back a little bit. What is up? What is up? Here we go, guys. Happy Friday. Some like intense music going today. What is up, Bessie? Woo! Here we go. All right, we're gonna get into topic today because what I really want to kind of cover. One of the things that I've been bouncing around on all week. Again, we're in week 4. What's up, boo? We're in week 4 of our 5-week challenge. We got a lot of people signed up. A lot of people are just crushing. I got a whole new group of people coming on board. What's up, Bessie? I'm doing good. My hands are still really stiff. I don't know. Queen of the Unicorns. Amen. Right on. Mindset Reset. We got a whole new strength program going on. I got my long-term, in it to win it people, crushing. So today we're going to talk about, a couple of different theories and objectives. One is, how do we build muscle, as we're getting older? What's up, Laura? We're getting older. And this is for the mindset of knowing, I start training at, let's say X, right? And then I want to go and get into, what's up, Morgan? Welcome. So Coffee Talk is about, how do I build muscle? I want to eat for muscle building. I want to train for muscle building. I want to put it all together. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. And, so many theories out there and so many people that'll tell you how to, for men and bodybuilding and women and menopause and this and that and this and that. And there's so much out there, and I get it. I deal with it every day where people are just coming at me many different directions. How many calories should I eat? What are my macros? How much fat? How much, bum. So if you guys are kind of coffee talking with me right now, I didn't have a beer. I kind of woke up didn't have a good night's sleep. I did one of the things that I tell everybody not to do, which is eat late. So I was kind of dealing with that, and it was my own fault, but that's cool. Today's a new day, and we're going to crush it from that standpoint. So if you guys want to take notes, go ahead and get your notepad out. I always have my notepad when I'm working or I'm doing my talks. I want to make sure that we stay on track today. One of the things we're addressing is how many calories. When people say, how many calories? Or when should I eat? And what should I eat? And how should I eat? I don't do diets. Diets to me don't work. I've worked for 40 years, people have come to me with the cookie diet and the this diet and that diet. And 100% of the time, I work with someone who's on a diet. 100% of the time, they will tell me, oh yeah, I lost weight with that diet. And then I go, yeah, but you gained it all back and then some. Because diets don't work. It has to be a lifestyle. It has to be something that you either create over time and you get into that pattern, or you're going to say, I need to make changes and I need to eliminate certain things. I watch people year after year after year after year. Same people in the gym that I've watched year after year after year after year get fatter and fatter and fatter and fatter. And what's so exposing about Facebook is I watch people and I watch them. It's Facebook and Instagram and some of these places where I'm I watch this person get older and older and older and fatter and fatter and fatter and more out of shape. And it's they put on Facebook, I'm going out to eat, I'm going out to drink, I'm partying with this friend, I'm and then wake up one day and go, oh shit, I just totally am fat. And I don't mean fat shaming. I mean Like, I gained all this weight and I don't know what happened. There are also people that have been heavy their whole life and dieting, like, you name it, you know, your mom's weight loss program, done it. Dad's weight loss program, done it. That TV commercial inspired me to do that program, did it. And they don't work. They just don't work. It's gotta be solely from inside, where you say, that doesn't work for me. And we almost have to approach it from like a child's perspective. And when I work with my clients, I start making significant changes where I say, those foods don't work. One of the things I use in identifying patterns with people is I'll say, do you remember, or if you've ever had kids, or if you ever watch kids, and I love this from like a teacher's perspective, because I know teachers are very in tuned, a lot more in tune than a lot of parents are. And sometimes parents are like over tuned, and you'll watch a kid like scratch his nose or pick his butt or dig in their ears, and they're doing very specific things, or they'll get rashes, or little things will happen, and the parent will never address what that kid ate. Never. And then go, oh, unless it's something like dramatic. Oh, my kid's allergic to peanuts or shellfish or whatever. And allergies are amazing. Allergies are amazing. We just get to a point where we start eating the same thing over and over and over, and we don't even recognize that our bodies are totally rejecting it. Have you ever eaten something and then you feel like, and this is guys and girls, it's especially like in the wheat, like bread category, wheat category, your belly just blows up like you're 9 months pregnant. Or you've been dieting, like crushing, like for weeks, and then all of a sudden you'll eat something, and then boom, your belly blows up, and you're like, whoa, oh, my diet, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, no, there's something that you ate is having a reaction in your body. And we don't look at or break down. I talk about the funnel being, I eat all these foods on a regular basis, and I don't really know which one has an effect, a direct effect on me. And then you'll go back and go, I don't know why I'm gaining weight. Well, let's analyze. Let's first of all, we need to detox from all these foods, because a lot of foods will be habitual foods that just aren't good for you. Just aren't good for you, right? And I know, I've learned along the way, and the process for me, like, I can't eat grapes. Like, I eat grapes, and I love grapes. Who doesn't love cold grapes on a hot day, right? Like, those big, fat, delicious, seedless. And seedless is like a whole nother conversation, right? Because remember, guys, things aren't seedless. If it's seedless, it's genetically modified. What? Yeah, by the way. Because things need seeds to make other things. Anyway, so if I eat grapes, boom, I'm 9 months pregnant. I love them, but my body just goes haywire. So I understand, like, oh, I don't eat that, or I don't eat that on a first date, that's for sure. Some of you just giggled, and I know you did. But it's like first date food, like certain things you just know. Like, I'm not eating that because I know what it'll do to my body. I know what it'll do to my gut. Like when you're alone and you'll just eat pizza because you don't give a shit, right? You're like, oh, whatever. Let that wheat just like blow my gut up. Who cares, right? So it's very much in line with what are you eating and what is disruptive to your body. In order to get there, you also have to stop eating food. And that's where the child flares up. That little monkey will jump right off like your shoulder and be like, boom. Like, wait. What do you mean no food? What do you mean no food? We're going to die if I don't eat. and I feel like, oh, my blood pressure, and all the bells and whistles go off when you are told, which I'm going to tell you as your coach, as your trainer, you've got to stop eating in order to arrest the culprits in your body that are telling you, I'm not good for you, right? And a lot of times people will try to do this on your own. That's why you need a coach. That's why you need accountability. That's why you need a system, My system works. My system is not a diet. My system is a lifestyle plan. My system works because this is where you guys will invariably make mistakes in doing things on your own, because you're not in tune with what works and what doesn't work with your body. So if you're eating foods that are just like disruptive to your body, and a lot of you will treat this like a little baby. You're like, oh, but I love bread. Yeah, everybody loves bread. But it's not good for you. It's not a food. Bread's not a food. Bread's not a sustaining food. Argue with me all you want. Fight back all you want. I don't really care. It's not my intent to change anybody, but the people that come to me, they get 100% success rate. 100% success. Everybody. As long as you stay on the program, 100% success. And that's the beauty of what I do. If you come to me and you're fighting, like, oh, but what about the glass of wine? I'm like, look, you know what? You might have an alcohol problem. You might have an alcohol problem. Anybody that comes to me and is drinking or smoking, we have a problem. They will 100% fail. You're drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes, you're going to fail. Sorry. And working with people that smoke right now, and I have my whole career, I also deal with people who are like, I'm smoking, I'm not eating as much because I'm smoking. There's that balance. Oh, I don't want to stop smoking because then I'm going to start eating. Oh, well, it's an oral fixation or what? No, that's just crap. It's just crap. Stop smoking because it's disgusting. No, smart people don't smoke. And when you smoke, you absolutely 100% know every time that cigarette comes to your mouth, there's like a back panel that's going off that is saying, it's like when people sleep with a fan over their head. There's like this underlying current while you sleep. You don't sleep, by the way. You guys that have fans over your beds, I don't know if you've ever been told that, but you're always aware that that fan is on and that it could fall on you. It's just subconscious. That's how it works. But when you smoke, subconsciously, you're like, I'm basically committing suicide here. I'm killing myself. I'm going to get cancer. I'm going to die. What? And then when you get lung cancer from smoking and you are going to the hospital for treatment, you know, I did this to myself. Why didn't I stop? I knew better. This is not a new thing. Alcohol is the same thing. We have an addiction to placing things around us. It's almost like landmines, right? You landmine yourself. Like, I'm going to buy the cookies and put them there, but maybe I won't gain weight. Or I'm going to buy all this crappy food and let's just see, maybe, I don't know, maybe this McDonald's won't be that bad. Let me just eat all this crappy food. And I know, because everybody knows, you know what? People, you lie to yourself, that's fine. But nobody wakes up and eats McDonald's and goes, oh, that was so good, and so I know that was so good for me. There's just, since the invent of an internet, now I'm not blaming like little kids that just kind of don't know. There are people that just don't know. Kids that don't know. You're an adult, you know. I don't like salads. Oh, okay, well, that's not my problem. In my house, we eat this. Like, well, your house is... You need a new house. So what we're talking about content today, what we're talking about in getting where we need to be is how do we build muscle? And part of the build muscle theory is I've got to do weight training exercises. I've got to do things that are going to tear my muscles down. And in the concept of tearing muscles down, we think we've got to use the theory of adaptation. Theory of adaptation is basically saying, I've got to do something that makes my body super uncomfortable in order for the adaptation to change. So I work with a lot of women. Primarily my clientele is women. And I need a new house. I see women doing the same thing the same way over and over and over and over. Pains me. It pains me from my deepest core level and I teach these classes. I teach group fitness for 40 years. And, my girls are like, they grab the 3s and they grab the 5s and they grab the 8s, and that's that. They are unwilling to get uncomfortable. They are unwilling to do the work. They're unwilling to change their bodies. They're unwilling. What they'll do is they'll do the class, they'll check it off, and they'll go, okay, I did my weight training. Now I have to diet. And it's just a massive amount of tear down. You're just like beating your body down into submission and putting on a lot of body fat. And you get that point where you're saying, but I did the work. No, you didn't do the work. That little class you just did absolutely nothing. So we talk about building muscle from a standpoint of what's your 1 rep max. I've got to do things that are going to challenge me, right? Like an overhead press, for example. If you're taking a class and you're doing 5s and you did 10,000 of them, you've got muscle endurance. It's a burn, and it works. But if you're not also working on foundation, if you're not saying, oh my God, I can't even lift this weight, boom, and you lift it, your body just said, oh, raise the bar. If you're at that 5-pound mark, for example, right? This is how we get our 1 rep max. If I go, oh, I've got to lift that weight over my head, I can barely get my arm up. That is your 1 rep max at 5 pounds. But now let's move forward and go, well, now that I know I can do 1, I'm going to go for 2. And I go for 2. Then I raise the bar. Then I go for 3. Then I go for 5. And then I go for 10. And then all of a sudden, you're doing 50 repetitions with a 5-pound weight. Now, those are my girls that are usually taking my classes. And they're going muscle, but it hurts, Lisa. It really hurts. Isn't that changing? No. You're talking about muscle endurance. You're talking about riding a bike, like spin classes. Those are my favorite. I see these bitches doing cadences of like upwards of 130 revolutions a minute, and I want to punch them in the face because that's just bullshit. Because it's not realistic to what we do on a bicycle. It's like abusing the bicycle, abusing your body, and abusing that tempo. There's no such thing as 130. If you did 130 on a bicycle, you would fall over because nobody can move their feet that fast. Okay? So we're talking about building strength, building muscle. So we raise the bar and then we go to an 8-pound weight. Oh, I can only do 1, right? Then we go to a 10-pound weight. So the theory is adaptation, taking your body where I can barely move. Now, let's say we build up to a 10-pound weight, and you can only do, what do those numbers look like in regards to muscle building? And then we're going to get to diet because I'm going to flip this whole thing. So once I build up my strength, I'm going into, let's say 10 pounds is your max 1 rep lift overhead press, right? And you go, what are those numbers to build? What are those numbers to build muscle? If you can only do 3 to 5, you're on the mark. You are on the mark. When I do workouts with you guys and I go, get your heavies weights as heavy as possible, then you're talking about 3 to 5 pounds. Like I have 20s or 25s. So I'll say, I'm going to work a Tabata round, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, 8 rounds. What I'm looking at is in those 8 sets, can I get 3 to 5 each set with a 10-pound rest period? That's pretty quick. So I'm probably going to drop in between. Now, let's go back to 1 rep max. So I'm building muscle. So I'm going to look at anywhere from 3 to 5 sets. I like 5 sets of 5. 5 sets of 5 where I'm going as heavy as possible with form. I'm not throwing my form all over the place. If I go in upwards of 12 repetitions, then it's already now, I've adapted and I've gone now, I'm flipping over into muscle endurance. Does that make sense? So start from the top. I want to work 5 sets of 5, 3 to 5 repetitions, right? You give yourself enough rest, and that could be, 30 seconds or so. We're not talking about Tabata. Tabata we're talking about is like an endurance movement. But if I go 3 to 5 repetitions in 5 sets, that's my strength building work. And again, if you're working with 10s and then all of a sudden you're like 6, 7, 8 repetitions, guess what? It's time to move up. And that's where you guys get it's a guy thing. Guys can easily put on muscle because they have testosterone at much higher levels than we do as females. So building muscle is actually easier, and guys tend to want to lift heavier weights. It's just kind of like that thing. I'm very much a puller. Maybe this will make sense to a lot of you guys. I love pull-ups. I love rows. I love anything where I'm working my back or a backward motion. But my chest and my shoulders, as a lot of you guys know, I like doing push-ups because I'm good at it. But I don't like anything that I don't like pushing. It's just not my thing because my shoulders are a little wonky and I don't derive a lot of power the way I do. And I look at pushing like my chest and my shoulders are a lot smaller than my back. Our back is a much bigger, complex muscle system. Again, second to legs and glutes are our back. But my chest, my shoulders, and for the most part, for most women, shoulders are not an easy thing to get. It's just not. I see some girls, like their shoulders, like their gymnastic background has given them these like big cap shoulders, and I'm super jealous of that. I'm like, I didn't get that. But anyway, I don't analyze my body on good, bad. I just go strong or weak. What's strong? My back is super strong. My shoulders are super weak. And then I go from there. So again, 5 sets of 5, building muscle. Now, we do that adaptation theory for just about everything. Like say, I'm going to do legs, I'm going to do shoulders, I'm going to do back. The little muscles that I see a lot of people spend a lot of time on bicep curls, and understanding that if I did pull-ups with an underhand grip, I would never have to do bicep. As a matter of fact, I don't spend very much time on bicep curls because it's a waste of time if you're doing your pull-ups. And that's where I try to get most of my students to go, whether you're using underhand grip with like a straight bar where you're doing a pull-up variation, or you're doing TRX, or you're doing other types of movements that are simulating that underhand pull position for bicep and back. They kind of work together, and you see a lot of people in the gym doing a lot of big motion, big movement, and primarily doing it wrong. But bicep and tricep are like the secondary group muscles. Anyway, so now that we have a concept of saying, all right, I'm now going to go to the gym with a different mindset. What are those exercises? One is, like I just said, is a pull-up. If you don't have your pull-ups, you got to work on them. If you don't have your pull-ups, I will tell you, I will guarantee your body will change almost overnight when you get pull-ups. Whether you start, and I always recommend an underhand grip. I also recommend work on TRX if you're not there, modify, but also go into that 5 sets of 5. 5 sets of 5. We talk about jumping pull-ups. That's also another great way to start. I've always worked with my girls and going, hey, work with jumping pull-ups before you get pull-ups. Now, guys, I'm going to beat you up a little bit. For my boys, I'm going to say, you know what? Very rarely have I seen guys in a global gym, not a CrossFit gym, but in a global gym, ever do pull-ups right. They're ego pull-ups, and it's just like, remember, I think I talked to you the other day about being in the gym and I just want to punch people because I'm like, what are you doing? Like, are you working out for you or are you working out for all of us? Because you just look like an idiot. Like, from a trainer's perspective, you just look like an idiot. Like, just hire a trainer and do it right. Because when you do it the way you think, we are looking at you like, oh, he's so strong. And I hear people all the time like, oh my God, he's so strong. I'm like, he hasn't done 1 repetition yet. Oh, he's so strong. I'm like, no, actually, he's cheating. He has not gone to full range of motion, and he hasn't brought his chin over the bar yet. So really, and I worked out, and I will tell you this really, like, with all the love in my heart, I worked out yesterday. I did a modified kind of whack version of what we were doing because I can't use my hands. And there was a gentleman. And it's funny because I know how old I am, and I always think when I look at people, I'm like, he looks old, but I know he's younger than me, but he looks banged the fuck up. He looks like big old belly, and I'm like, bro. And we're doing forward lunges, and he's got 10-pound weights in his hands, and I'm like, oh, I gotta see this. And of course, he does a forward lunge on his tiptoes, and he goes down about that far. And we're supposed to do 100 repetitions, and I'm standing right in front of him. So we start at the same time, and your boy is just like not doing shit. And it's pissing me off. 1, because the coach didn't say anything and just let him like slide. I'm like, he's got 10 pounds in his hands, and he's doing these little shitty repetitions, and I'm like, and he cheats, and he's like, throws the weights down like he's done. I'm like, bro, like, are you joking? I'm going all the way down, and you're finished before me? No. Like, ego lifting is just gross. It's like, just gross. Like, and why cheat? Why cheat your repetitions? And I cannot stand that. And guys, this is for my boys out there. My boys. Like, at what point in your life did you become competitive with other women? And who put in your head like that you were stronger or better, faster than women? Because I beat you down all day long. And so many of the women that I train with like crush guys. Who cares? Like, who cares? Who really cares? Like, hey, that bitch is strong. Go, girl. But ego lifting just sucks. Ego lifting just sucks. It's super outdated. All right. Back to where we have to go in losing weight. And it's not just lose weight. It's how do we get effective? How do we get to the body fat? How do we get to losing body fat, hanging on to muscle, and getting into shape? Because a lot of times when I train my clients and they get on the scale and they gain weight on the scale, their brains kind of disconnect and they're like, oh my God, I'm gaining weight. I'm like, yeah, but tell me how your jeans fit. Well, my jeans fit great and I look better than ever, but I gained weight. So it's like, psh, okay, you could be gaining muscle, hello, and you're losing body fat. So how do we get there? One of the things we need to think about are, how are you eating? What kind of patterns are you eating? First of all, number 1, keep a log of everything you eat. And people fail miserably on this one. Everybody fails on the log. Not everybody. But my most successful clients write everything down. Remember, we talked the other day about your body being a business plan. We talked about your body being your business. And a lot of you will treat your bodies like it's a side hustle. I just made that up. But it's true. A lot of you will treat your bodies like a side hustle. And then you're like, I don't understand. Like, you'll focus on your body for a minute. You're like, oh, I'll go make that shake. And you're like, look how good I am for making the shake. And then all of a sudden, you're like, at the end of the week, you're like, I don't even remember how I gained all this weight. You can't remember to do the log. Yeah, because your body is not your business. Your body is a side hustle. When your body becomes a business, you get in the best shape of your life. When you write it down and it's on paper, you have 100% success. My most successful clients write shit down. My most successful clients over the past 40 years log everything. They log their fitness and they log their food. And they track when they eat. So some of the concepts that we talk about are, how do I incorporate food? Let me give you an example of one of my most successful clients right now. We negotiate during the day. So one of my tools that I use, I tell you guys, hey, let's talk about let's talk about when you're going to eat and what you're going to eat to get you to the next spot. Breakfast is the worst meal of the day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner is a concept. It's a construct. It is an ideology that was put into our bodies and programmed, like so many other things that were programmed. Doesn't make it right, and it doesn't make it wrong. A lot of people will eat at night and they'll wake up and they're starving because they don't understand what's happening to their bodies. They're looking at their bodies going, I'm starving, oh my God. And I feel like, whoa. If your body is your business, then we have to track everything. We have to look at it going, my body is not starving. My body is waking up. My body is reacting to a wake up. And the signals that are being thrown off are telling me to eat, because that's how we have evolved as humans. As a human species, we've evolved because we have these signals. Signal, go hunt for food. The problem is that we will eat the food because it's easy, because it's, 5 feet away from us. But if it's, 100 miles away, we have to go hunt along that 100-mile pathway or 20-mile pathway. Let's be realistic, right? So you say, if I'm living in this area and I've got to go forage for food, I'm actually going to be physical. And that's where you guys have to get up and go work out. Get up and go move. Get up and go move. Now, for the most part, I'm going to say at 6:30, why are you in bed? Yeah, I just got quiet there for a second because I want to know at 6:30, why are you still in bed? The sun is up. Let's go. Guys, being lazy or laying in bed longer than you have to is a mindset. Laying in bed past sunrise is a mindset. It's a concept. Your body does not absolutely want to be in bed. And I know people that are like, hey, I love to sleep. I'm like, you're lazy. I love to sleep. You're lazy. Because the brain is the only thing that needs sleep, not your body. Your body needs rest and to repair, but it's only 2 hours. Your brain needs to flush out. And then you guys are just like being lazy. Get the fuck up out of bed and go move before you do anything. I love to move in the morning. I don't like working out, but I will definitely go out, go for a walk. Walks are underrated. Walks are very underrated. We think as humans, you guys will age out. You guys are 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and you're like, I gotta go run or I'm never gonna get in shape. I'm like, whoa, how about just go for a walk? How about just get your ass out of bed, put some clothes on. Clothes are important. And just go for a walk. Go around the block. Just go. Just get moving. And invariably, 100% of my success rate is that person will transform into a walker. And they're like, hold on, I've been walking for a month. I'm ready to start running. And I just lost 20 pounds and I just walked. And I ate right. So we get past that breakfast stage and then we move into what is our meal plan? What is your business plan? Not your side hustle. Because a side hustle is I walk into a kitchen, I open the refrigerator, and I just start eating food. What is your plan? What is your freaking plan? My favorite excuse in the world, I work with clients every day. I have my entire day is just back to back to back of people talking to me about their stuff, their business plan. Right? Their business plan to me goes something like this. I might have a hey babe moment here in a second. We may need a dance break as well, but here's a meal plan. There's no meal plan. But one of my favorite stories, and if this triggers you or relates to you or has some type of significance to you, then this is what I want you to understand. I'm only doing this so that you guys will wake up. And don't get to the end of your life and go, why didn't I do that when I was younger? Someone on here just heard that loud and clear. Someone here right now just heard that. Why didn't I do it when I was younger? Why didn't I do it when I was dancing on the speakers? And why didn't I do it in the first 5 pounds? Why did I wait for 20, 30, and 40 pounds to make a decision to change my business plan? And my business plan and take my body a little bit more seriously. You guys are drinking and smoking and you're like, oh yeah, because I'm an adult and I can do whatever I want. Well then fine. But don't wake up and go, oh crap, how did I get this cancer or this diabetes or this or that or this or that when I watched you? Because I've been watching a lot of you for many, many, many years. And in general, when I see people walking towards me, I'm like, whoa, wow, how's that working out for you? So our business plan to build muscle going hand in hand with getting stronger is I'm going to eat those high protein foods. Now, for my vegans, you know as well as I do, because I did the vegan vegetarian thing for years, on and off for years, and there were big sections of my life were just vegetarian. Doesn't work for me. Just doesn't. It doesn't work for me. I've had these discussions, deep-hearted discussions about, I love when people try to tell me about the silverback gorilla only eats, I'm not a silverback gorilla. Just doesn't work for me. And that's okay. So I'm not going to argue the argument of killing, slaughtering, all that, but you know that you've got to get those bigger, heavier proteins in, and you've got to go after that. Again, my company that I've been working with for 11 years now, we have an amazing plant-based protein that I use. I use as much plant-based as possible. Now, I also thrive on salmon, very high in fat and very high in all the nutrients that I need. Listen, I love a fresh I talk about salmon, and I hope this makes you laugh. I mentioned it the other day. Salmon is like one of the only fish that swims upstream to mate. Like, that is a serious fish, right? And we talk about fish that run on high water. The higher water fish are I'd say the cleaner fish. And remember, things that settle on the bottom, like all of the bottom feeders, are actually eating all the poop in the water. So that's where, but I love a good oyster, don't get me wrong, and I love shrimp, so I'm a seafood type of girl. Eggs are also a perfect food, and I love my girls that are like, egg whites. I'm like, no, a whole egg, dum-dum, the whole egg. Whoever started that bullshit. There's also a big misconception about cholesterol and how that salmon got goals, yeah. Right? There's a big cholesterol myth that's out there, and I want people to understand. Google these things, people. Don't just take it on like a bold-faced assertion that there's like cholesterol in that and this and that, and our brains are pure cholesterol. Nobody talks about that. I'm like, what do you think your brain is? I got high cholesterol. Well, who said that number? Who said that number? I want to know. Where did that number come from? Because I have clients that have 800 cholesterol. I got another client that has 1,200 cholesterol, and they're thriving, and they're cool. But some people make cholesterol more than others. Some people have that mechanism. So we can get into an argument of what's high cholesterol. It's not the cholesterol. It's the plaque. It's the plaque, the building of the plaque. And where does that come from? Let's clear this up. Let's just put it out there. You guys, it's from processed foods. The body doesn't understand processed food. I don't know when you guys are going to get that, but the more processing, one step beyond the ground is processing. One step beyond the ground is a process, right? Whether we're denaturing it by heat, or we're adding something to it, or we're trying to make it something that's going to last longer, that's a processed food. The body doesn't understand that. That's not how we're not made that way. But we've evolved into these patterns, these, constructs that are like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and pastries, and pasta, and breads, and sugary foods, and all this crap. And you wonder why your body starts to... It's like putting sugar in your gas tank. It's like, how long will the car run? How long will your body run? And listen, we weren't supposed to live past 40, so we've evolved in eating better foods. But now we want to build for muscle. So the fish and the eggs, I guarantee you guys, the menu that is out there that I use Pinterest a lot. And I'm talking about high fiber foods with your broccoli. I eat broccoli like a snack. And I also think of broccoli like, this is like the broom to the gut. This is like the broom to the colon. And my salads lately are a combination of spinach, arugula, and watercress. And I love that combination because the arugula and watercress is a little bit spicy, and I crush. I do like a big bowl. And I'm good. And I also feel good. Like when I'll eat food and I feel really good, I feel jazzed, like what? It's psychologically, I'm eating foods that are so much better for me. And then I'm gonna go for if I'm working with you guys and I'm like shake, meal, shake, or 2 shakes in a meal, I'm trying to get that protein inside of you, trying to get that high level protein, get a high level of fiber, get your gut and colon cleaned out so that you guys are processing what you're eating. And then you add that weight-bearing exercise. And I'm talking about, how many days a week do you work out? Every day. What are you talking about? I love people that are like, what do you recommend for a workout? Like, every day? Because you're totally not doing enough. You're just not doing enough as it is. You're just not doing enough as it is. There are 24 hours in a day. I have this argument all the time because I know people, listen, I know you're tired. I do. And one of the reasons you're tired is because you're eating bad food. You're tired because you're eating bad food. Because when you eat good food and you eat less of it, the argument for me sometimes is, listen, if you're past 35, you stop eating so much food. There's an argument here. but I'm doing all of this and I need to eat for this and that. And guys, I talk to men, biological men that are going, oh, but I need to I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. How old are you? 47. I'm like, bro. No, we're not there any longer. I don't know the last time you checked, but your menopause, andropause, it's the same thing. It's almost like in reverse, right? Men are turning to women, women are turning to men. And I giggle when I say that because people get all freaked out. They're like, oh my God, how can you say that? I'm like, well, think about it. The hormones are switching. The hormones are switching. And so, are you turning into a man? No, but you're having a lot of symptoms that are switching out the biology. You're moving the biology around and you're going, I'm not making babies any longer. I'm not producing these certain hormones any longer. And my men are going, I'm not to say not making babies, because they could still make babies into their 80s. That's whack. How did that happen? That's dangerous, right? Right? You see a woman who's 50, she's with her husband, and all of a sudden she's freaking pregnant. She's shoot me, right? How? No, stop that. But the body in building muscle, you have to be very, very strict. This is the punch in the face, guys. This is the one that really gets most people. Here's the truth. Here's my deep down dog dirty truth. We actually have to work out harder as we get older, but smarter. Because now it's not about, oh, I'm going to do I would do and I still have friends that are out there that are they're young and still wound up. They're ridiculous. And I'm going to do 2 hours on the treadmill and 2 spin classes and then this class and that class and this class and that class. I'm those classes are not where you need to be spending your time. You need to be spending your time in weight-bearing exercises. You need to be doing weight-bearing exercises. And it's only 5 or 6 exercises that you really need to focus on. One of them is pull-ups, and nobody does it. Nobody does pull-ups. Why? Because it's hard. And half the guys that are out there doing pull-ups are doing them wrong, so they're wasting your time. Oh, but I'm going to go to the gym and do a bunch of bicep curl. Oh, really? How are bicep curls actually changing your body? 0. I've not met one person bicep curl change their body. I'm dude, you need to get a bar on your back and get your butt on the ground. Ass to grass, full squats, because that's what changes your body. And then I get everybody arguing about my back and my knees and my shoulders and my this and my that, and make a list and go, all right, so if you want to just give up, right? And that's cool. I dig it. I dig all the excuses because I'm here to get you guys off the ledge. I'm here to talk you back off the ledge and be able to say, listen, you got to do weight-bearing exercises. I'm sorry. I know you don't want to. I know you're tired. That I work all day. No, you don't work all day. You just don't. And even the most successful Fortune 500, Fortune 100 people that I've worked with in the past, and I've worked with the biggest celebrities in the world and the biggest athletes in the world, and they make time. They make time. Because their body is a business. Their body isn't just a one-off. Oh, I'll get to it. You don't understand, Lisa. I got kids. So what? If you can't manage your kids and your body, what good are you to your kids? Just saying. And then you wake up one day and you're 50 and you go, oh crap, you know what? She was right. She's been saying this for 40 years. I don't know why. I just heard it. I just heard it for the first time that I shouldn't be eating so much crap. And we talk about numbers. We talk about overall calorie consumption. And I hate people that get into this like, oh, macros. I'm like, whoa. You're getting into macros, fats, proteins, carbs, this and that, and you can't even manage your diet for a week? And people come at me and they're like, well, how many calories should I eat? I'm like, look, do me a favor. Just stop eating shit for a week and then we can go from there. Well, what does that mean? I'm like, listen, I need you to be working out 6 days a week. Hard. Like ugly, hard 6 days. I'm going to give you a workout. I'm going to give you a whole 6 days of working out. Hard. You're going to crush it. And you're going to eat perfectly for 1 week. I don't know if I can do that. It's too hard. You don't understand. I go to work and everybody has donuts at work. I'm like, so? Congratulate them for being donut eaters. You're not a donut eater. Are you a donut eater? That's awesome. I'm so happy for you. How are those donuts working out for you? Was it worth it? Do you ever eat something and you go, I'm just going to have a bite? And your brain just goes, what? What? I'm like, I don't even want the bite because I know that a sugar rush, no matter where it comes from, I've been to the best restaurants in the world. They have that big, humongous tray, not a cart, big huge tray, just layers and layers and layers and layers and layers. And I know chefs, I lived with a chef. You want a bite of this? No, not really. Because that dragon is much bigger than me. That slippery slope and how I run my business is being able to say, no. I don't eat that. Repeat it. Let me hear it. Let me hear it from the kids in the back. And you don't have to be a dick about it either. You don't have to go to a restaurant and be like, I don't eat that. It's not the restaurant's fault that you're overweight. It's not the restaurant's fault that you don't know how to control your business. Right? Is your body a side hustle? Because listen, when you're walking down the street, I can see it from a mile away that you don't give a shit about your body until you have to go put this pants on. Good girl. You need to go put this pants on. Oh my God, I gotta go to the gym tomorrow and do like 7,000 hours of cardio. Cardio's not your answer, girls or guys. Cardio's not the answer. Guys hate cardio. They just don't like doing that. For the most part. My girls love cardio, but they hate lifting weights. My guys hate cardio, but love lifting weights. I'm like, ugh. And then most of you guys are doing it wrong. Instead of hiring a trainer, you're going, hey, I need a program. I need something that's going to work for my body. You see the guy with like the skinniest legs in the room. And what's he doing? Guaranteed. What's he doing? He's doing freaking bicep curl. I'm like, bro, I don't know if you've got friends or your mirrors are you got them short mirrors at home, huh? You got them short mirrors, right? You got them little like from the neck up mirrors, because what's going on downstairs needs attention. And people make fun of like, yeah, but what do you use your cat? You use your whole body. Your whole body is a business. Your bicep are not a business. I never met one girl. Sorry, I'm ranting. I never met one girl, ever, not one, 0.0 females that I know that go, oh my God, look at his bicep. He's so sexy with those bicep. And yet there's your boy, bicep. I'm like, bro, stop. You look insane. And I'm gonna flip the switch on you bitches out there that think that like donkey kicks are like winning. That's not a win. Donkey kicks are not a win. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of watching donkey fucking kicks. If I walk by you and you feel something in the back of your head like that, it was me. It was me just politely going, stop freaking Squat, bitches. What are you afraid of? And if I hear one of you tell me, I don't want to look like a man, I'm like, what's the argument of looking like a man? What is that argument? Like, who started that? And I love when bitches come by me and they're like, oh, I don't want to get big. I'm like, girl, you're already big. You're already fat. What are we talking about big now? Wait, hold on. I got another one. You ready? Big bones. Oh my God. There's no such thing as big bones, by the way. I'm sorry. If you've attached that to your thing, but big bones, think about it. Somebody's overweight and they'll go, big bones, right? I go, what, like that big? No, bones are not big. They may be longer. You might have a body frame, but if you take all the body tissue off of bones and you stack them side by side, everybody the same height, so some people have longer here or longer here or longer here, but big? You cannot be that big to be that big. It just doesn't, there's no science here. There's no science. Now, genetically, we have a predisposition to carry body fat, but if I look at my parents and I go, I get it. I get why I have a little bit of that and a little bit of that. I get it. Totally get it. I look at my feet and I look at my hands sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, I have my mother's feet and my father's hands. Totally. But you guys are not going to change your body by doing donkey kicks. It just doesn't happen. And listen, hold up, wait a minute on the rant, because I'm going to turn around and go, listen, I love donkey kicks. I love doing Frankenstein. I love working my glutes. But I'm also lifting heavy. I'm also doing my weight training as a supplement to my business plan. So I want to get you guys where you're thinking, what is my time frame? I have an hour. That's it. If you guys give me that hour, I will get your bodies where they need to be. I will give you the program. You guys need to get into Mindset Reset, $99. We're also moving into the strength program. $99 gets you into a 5-week Mindset Reset camp. It's a boot camp. It's a Mindset Reset boot camp. We're going to be moving into week number 5, and we're doing group number 2. If you're not in the group, you got to drop me a 99 below. If you guys are ready for a strength program, drop me strength. Strength is going to be one-on-one with me. You're going to get real about your business plan. It's a 5-week strength training program because you guys need to start lifting heavier. You want to change your body and you really want to do the work, but you're so misguided. You're so misled, and there's so much out there. And if I watch one more dude tell from a commercial, ladies, I see this every day, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. You don't know what I eat. You don't know how I eat. You know how I move. Like, I think men should just need to back up. Talking about women. Female. Really? You really? No. It's like when you also, I laugh when you're like, I see women that are trainers out there that are really good, and they will be discounted because they're female. I'm like, no, she knows her shit. That is some good stuff. We've been watching these dudes work out, and I giggle. I'm on YouTube all day when I do research, and I want to die. My heart just hurts when I watch these guys working out, or I see guys that are doing workouts that are like, really? What? Just because YouTube is out there doesn't mean it's right. So you guys need to dial this in. You really need to dial this in. And you need to dial in your strength program. Once you move out of Mindset Reset, you get into the strength program, you've actually got a business plan set up. Then on Mindset Reset, as you're going through all that, how to eat, what to eat, when to eat, and you pull that together and you spend that 10 weeks, and it goes further than that because we're talking long term. Some of you are going to be with me for a long time. But if you're going to go, oh, I just want to lose 5 pounds, or I have a wedding on the weekend, can you get me in shape? I'm like, I'm not your girl. I'm just not. I'm here to keep you guys accountable. We've got a great workout today. Guys, again, if you've enjoyed the content, I could be here for another hour or two. I've got actually a follow-up meeting with my surgeon to get my hands organized. I'm still not there with my hands yet. I think I overdid it a little bit this week. No, not me. Not you, Lisa. Yeah. Anyway, I've got an appointment. So let's go through the workout. I'm not even going to change the channel. Woo! I wrote this early. I set things up, how long, forever and a day? Yeah. Cheryl's with me forever. I want to turn the industry upside down. I want people out there to know who Lisa Gaylord is. And a lot of people do. I've been all over the world. I think I'm making my second comeback. But I want people to know who I am. I want people to understand, like, there's a lot of crap out there. And my case study with 40 years, I'm like, I'm a professional athlete. Even from my 20s, 30s, 40s, now 50s, into my 60s, 70s, 80s. I hope you guys will be with me. This is going to be legacy. This is long-term. This is super agers. When I look at people and I go, you're how old? And I'm like 15 years older than you and I'm crushing. Why are you not crushing? I want you to crush. I want you to just be like, max it out. Don't give up. Don't give up. Go about this life like superheroes, strong. So we've got 10 V-ups, 10 butterfly sit-ups, and 10 burpees. Yep, we're doing abs today. What's the difference in a V-up? I'm going to spin the phone around and I'm going to give you guys a couple of options. Woo! I was super fired up today, right? I know. I love when I get like this. It's really... Oh, and I'm going to do... that hurts. I'm going to do... tomorrow's Saturday. I'm going to do a vitamin overhaul. I'm going to do a vitamin overhaul. I'm going to be talking about everything in your cabinets, and I want you guys to get focused. Tomorrow's going to take a lot of notes. So if you guys want, and you can, thank you, happy recovery. If you guys want and you want to ask me questions, please DM me and say, these are the vitamins I take. What do you think? This is what I'm doing. What do you think? You guys want to get into the $99 for 5 weeks? Come on, are you serious? It's like super cheap. And we're meeting 2 nights a week with the most incredible group. You guys are like, I'm so excited. All right, I'm gonna spin around, because I want to give you guys whoopies. Yeah. All right. So I want to show you guys. I'm gonna go to the ground and I'm gonna show you a V-up. I want you guys to remember on a V-up that these are, hold on one second. Whoop, 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 whoop. All right, so on a V-up, you have variations on a V-up. And on a V-up, I typically work from, I hope you guys can see me. I'm going to go all the way down, touch the ground, and reach up. All the way down. Now, those are coming from a hollow rock position. So from a hollow rock position, my lower back is pressed into the ground. My hands are overhead. I open and I close. Now, we got 100 of those. So they're going to bite. They're going to totally bite. Because we're breaking them up in 10, I want you guys to really strive for the full hollow rock. If you need to modify and go into tuck position, go into tuck position. Now, one of the things that I also recommend on a V-up, if you don't really have the V-up yet, You can modify it. You can put your hands on your legs. Guys, if you're just starting out with me, again, I'm going to work with my legs straight out. I'm going to grab my thighs and go into that tuck position. So go ahead and grab your pants. I say start somewhere, but just don't not do it. It's going to hurt. It's going to be challenging, but let's get at it. So you've got 10 V-ups. You've got 10 regular butterfly sit-up. You're just going to disable your legs, touch behind you, and sit all the way up. Again, if you want to stick your legs out, grab your thighs, go from there. Burpees. Now remember, on a burpee, your body goes all the way to the ground. So I'm going to work. Try to get here without banging around here. A burpee goes to the ground. Oh, I can't even do a burpee. I can't go on my ground. Okay, so you're going to go push up. I almost forgot. That's what happened to me the other day. My hands are not working yet. So I'm going to go to the ground from a push-up position. I'm going to lay on the ground. I'm going to push myself back up, clap overhead. So that's basically your workout today. I'm going to spin you guys back around. Not letting you see my bedroom. It's private. Yes. So I want you also to realize I am in my office bedroom. So when you guys work with me, you're working right here. This is our conversation. I want to know everything about you. I want to know your life. I want to know your lifestyle. I want to break it down. Again, $99. Get into the program. We're also moving into the strength program. So if you guys want more information on both programs, I'm doing a discount to the end of the month for both programs. These programs are usually worth $300. I'm giving a big discount, $225 for both programs. It's going to be a solid one-on-one on the strength. I'm going to get you guys where you need to be. Listen, you've got 10 rounds of 10 V-ups, 10 butterfly sit-ups, and 10 burpees. I want you guys to attack it. I'm going to go to the doctor. I'm going to get checked out with my wrist. Hopefully in a few more days, I'll be able to do everything. I'm still a little sore. I got a big day ahead of me. I want to hear from all of you by this weekend. I want to see you guys get into the program. I want to see you guys get in the shape that you deserve. If you're out there and you're stumbling around and you don't know which direction to go in, I don't know what to eat. I don't know what to eat. I don't know how to work out. I just go to the gym mindlessly. A lot of you right now, listen up. A lot of you have told me, I don't ever want to go back to the gym because we're still in quarantine. COVID is spiking again, and I don't want to take that risk. Let me help you build out your gym. I'll tell you exactly what to get, what to order, get you guys organized. I'm going to be working on content. Moving forward, you guys are going to be able to have a regular membership to all of my workouts. I'm super excited. I'm totally like, this is like a whole new level. Again, you got 10 rounds, 10 V-ups, 10 butterfly, 10 burpees. I want you to leave me a comment later and let me know that you got everything done. I love you guys. Yeah, it looks like everything is closing in. I just had an argument 2 weeks ago with someone who said, I go, you know, you're probably going to have to close again. Oh, that'll never happen, blah, 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 because the economy. And I go, no, you guys opened too soon and you didn't pay attention. You were listening to the dum-dums, but whatever. So if we're going to be stuck at home, reach out. Let's get this program going. I will help you guys, and I'll help you guys order the right equipment and get things going. My allergies are taking over. I love you guys. Yes. Reach out to me. Please send me a comment either below or DM me. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow.